Jim Belushi stars in our next movie as the principal, a high school teacher who is so down and out that he considers it a promotion when he's assigned to the worst school in town. Now, we've seen schools like this before in other movies, but never a school this bad. The whole school is a war zone of drugs, extortion, sex, and violence. And the way they get Belushi to take the job is simple. He's been arrested after getting drunk and swinging a baseball bat at a guy's car, and the school board offers him a simple choice.
What are you going to do? You going to fire me? Ask me to resign? What?
Neither. We want to make you a principal.
Where?
Brandell.
Why am I not excited about it, Frank?
Well, come from all over the district. Handed High, Crosby, El Roble, burglary, weapons charge, truants, all them nice things.
That's Lou Gossett Jr. as the high school security chief giving Belushi a guided tour. As the new principal, Belushi tests out a get tough policy aimed at people like the school's top drug dealer, played by Michael Wright.
I said sit down! Usher, you want to show this gentleman to his seat, please?
You talk too much.
Maybe sheer force will work. Belushi deputizes the physical education teachers.
Now look, I want these guys put on temporary payroll as security guards. What? They're being deputized. Give them some stinking badges, Darcy.
But they're teachers!
They're big teachers.
Unfortunately, those scenes give a slightly misleading impression of this movie, which has a great deal more violence in it than the clips that they would like to represent.
Well, the studio's trying to hide it from people that it is a violent film, I think.
The principal, though, I thought was a lot of fun to watch, although I'm not sure the best approach for a new principal is necessarily to physically beat up most of the troublesome students. I mean, in this movie, Belushi weighs in there with a baseball. He would go to jail.
Yeah.
So, in fact, I'm surprised he didn't go to jail at the beginning of the movie before he got to be a principal. There's a scene where he even roars down the high school corridors on his motorcycle. Now, sure, he's trying to rescue Ray Dawn Chong from a savage attack, but that's still not something that you see a lot of principals doing, especially up the stairs in the motorcycle. But the movie strikes such an effective balance between violence and Belushi's brand of toughness, which is sort of funny and touching, that I liked it anyway. I thought it worked as the kind of movie that it is, and I give it thumbs up.
And I don't.
And you think probably that Fatal Attraction is a better movie, but I say this movie is true to itself, and Fatal Attraction is false to itself.
Well, this movie, I think, is all over the map. I mean, it's partly comedy, and then what so shocked me was, what obviously the studio isn't showing, which is heavy-duty violence. This is the blackboard jungle where they do more than just throw erasers at the blackboard. They throw the principal at the blackboard. I was shocked at how violent it was. I was also very surprised that Lou Gossett Jr., who is such a fine actor, really didn't either have the role written for him to do more in the movie or mix it up with Belushi. I was very surprised. It really is the Jim Belushi show and a lot of fighting, and I just thought it was insignificant when it went on, having nothing to do with school environment.
If you really want to see the inspiration for this movie, you should look at one of the Beverly Hills Cop movies with Eddie Murphy, because this movie could have been written for Eddie Murphy. What it is that combination of violence and comedy, which basically goes right back to Bonnie and Clyde. Take a moment of violence, cut it off with a laugh, get a laugh, and cut it off with violence.
I know you don't think this is like Bonnie and Clyde. It is more like the Beverly Hills.
Talking about the technique.
It's more like the Beverly Hills Cop movies, both of which neither of us liked.